But we got a lot of looks at Assassin's Creed Shadows this week. I did get a look at some extra footage as well as the extended gameplay and the gameplay trailer. But I want to go ahead and share with you what I have been able to see. The scenery is amazing right out the gate. The environment is just beautiful. I feel like Ubisoft has nailed it in this game. The people are out and about in the fields as it's harvest time, but it will seem a little more desolate during the winter. They will be huddled away somewhere and not out there grinding. You'll see everything from a summer rainstorm all the way to the dead of winter. You can expect your gameplay style to be affected as well. You won't be able to swim in lakes that are frozen, and a rainstorm may just mask any senses the enemy has. As Yasuke is dispatching these lower level soldiers, we get a good look at the Fruit Ninja style of environment that we're going to experience with all these apples flying around from destroyed baskets. And from the sounds of it, there's going to be a lot of destruction of environment, from the Shohi doors all the way to bamboo being cut down during a fight scene with Naoe. The environment is going to be very responsive to the weapons you are using. Weapons are going to have their own individual feel. As you can tell, the Kanabo is a lot heavier style of weapon, more for blunt smashing, a lot of heavy attacks. The Katana is more of a slice and slash, and it gives you a little quicker response time than yanking back this really heavy weapon. And we got to look at the ranged weapon for Yasuke as well. It looks like we are going to have a rifle, and it has some incredibly fast reloading speeds. Now maybe this is just something that you get more proficient at over time with the ninja scrolls and all this and that as you unlock that weapon, but to make the gameplay interesting, I do see it as a valid mechanic. For Naoe, the ranged weapon is going to be the Kusarigama. It's kind of like that sickle and chain with a ball attached to the end. You'll be able to yank enemies towards you and even stash them up in the rafters or other little hiding holes. From what it sounds like, each weapon is going to have its own skill tree, so you're going to have to be proficient with each weapon to unlock a certain type of assassination. Like with Naoe and the katana, she can assassinate people through the Shohi doors, or she can turn into Scorpion from Mortal Kombat with the Kusarigama and do this get over here move. Yasuke seems to perform more of an execution with the katana, and almost like a Hulk smash with the Kanabo. And using these tools on enemies may be a little trickier, as there's going to be different tiers of armor. So some enemies will have no armor, some enemies are going to have pretty strong armor, and then you're going to meet other samurais with even stronger armor that you're going to have to break in order to make the hits to their health bar more substantial. And that armor difference is going to translate over to Yasuke and Naoe as well. Where Yasuke is a samurai, he will have a lot more armor, able to take a lot more from multiple enemies. Naoe, you'll have to be very careful about who you're engaging, make sure you're not getting overwhelmed, and once you are, making sure that you're able to escape with your life. There's a couple changes in these stances that we're going to see. Yasuke is going to have this posturing position he can take during combat. Sounds like if you time it correctly, you will be able to deal devastating blows. Naoe is actually able to go prone in really tall grass, so you're able to crawl around to help stay out of sight. During the combat scene, we got a breakdown of the UI. It looks like we are going to be limited on our health kits, so we're going to have to be very cautious about when we use those. We're only going to be able to carry 2 weapons at a time. Here we have Yasuke with the Kanabo and the katana, and then down on the D-pad is actually going to be a whistle. Over on the right hand side we have 4 slots for special abilities, 2 of which are going to be weapon related. The other 2 will be like a character related special ability. In order to use these special abilities, we do have that point system back on the left where we can gain these special ability points by performing assassinations. That's going to be the pretty typical way of earning those. We are only going to be able to carry 2 weapons, so you're going to have to pick which 2 you want to be proficient at and gain more abilities with as you're playing the game. You want to use the Kanabo and the katana, you want to use the rifle and the katana. That's going to be a personal preference type of playstyle. The developers were really careful when showing the map not to show us any other tabs, but I was able to pick out that we're going to have scouting points that we have to use in order to help us remove that fog of war and find key targets. Here we have Yasuke and Naoe with 3 scout points, and once we use one of our scout points, we can actually see a symbol where the daimyo is. You will be able to remove the fog of war yourself, but you may not find everything there is to find without scouting. I could see the network being hugely helpful in this to find all the ninja scrolls, all your targets, and just all the other collectibles around the world. Another thing they're really pushing with this game is a very clean look. So you're not going to see all these emblems on your screen. And I really hope that I can get rid of those mission details. I want a super clean picture. Landscape like this, there's no reason to muddle it up with all the other stuff going on. So to expand on what I'm saying though, you're not going to see where the marketplace is super easy. You're not going to see where the blacksmith is super easy. Even on your map, you're not going to find all those synchronization points super easy like you would in previous titles. Everything's going to be very clean, and you're going to have to really look for things. It won't be too hard though, because as Yasuke is coming in this town, we do see the typical like synchronization style of point, and just look for the birds flying around in a circle, and really you're probably going to find them. I'm really liking the direction of having just a clean interface. Yasuke and Naoe are going to be perceived differently as well as are going through town. Yasuke being a 6-foot samurai, everyone's going to know him, and because he's so renowned, we actually see a lot of the villagers bowing down to him. And Naoe, being a villager, has less notoriety, so is able to walk amongst the people a lot easier. It looks like guards are going to immediately pick up on your presence as Yasuke, but as Naoe, it's going to be a lot easier to sneak around them, get past them, putting out lanterns and adapting to the shadows rather than engage head on. This title has definitely given us a lot of choices between being able to select what character you want to play at any given time to what you want to do with your enemies once you get there, either knock them out or assassinate them. We have a whole plethora of different enemy levels as well. We have servants all the way up to the top tier daimyo and samurai. We also got a look at a different style of kanabo and a mount, and it looks like the mythical mounts are back if you upgrade to the ultimate edition of Assassin's Creed. You will also get 5 skill points to help you start out the game, as well as a bunch of other customizables for your assassin Din and your character. We won't have the typical eagle drone in this game, so you're going to have to use your own vision in order to find your target and also the best path to get there. Huge shout out to Ubisoft for allowing me to be a part of the launch campaign for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Drop a like on the video, and as always, have a good day.